Tekken is a really weird game. Released in 1995, shortly after the launch of the PlayStation, it is a port of an arcade game released by Namco a year prior. Its normal character designs are strange, and everyone and everything looks awkward thanks to its primitive graphics. It has a bizarre story that continues to subsequent sequels. How did Tekken become such a fighting game staple? Tekken had two main competitors at the time, Virtua Fighter and Battle Arena Toshinden. Tekken was directed by the original designer of Virtua Fighter, and similarities in character design and fighting style can be seen. It is faster paced than Virtua Fighter, and uses textured polygons to some sort of effect. Virtua Fighter and Toshinden were both slow affairs, which is what really sets Tekken apart. It may seem slow now, but it was a blazing fast experience at the time. Its rocky graphics may have stood in the shadow of Toshinden's polished flash, but its gameplay made Tekken relevant far longer. Tekken's PlayStation port is phenomenal. Occasional frame rate drops aside, it looks nearly identical to the arcade version, warts and all. The lack of video intros on the character screen is the only subtraction, which maybe isn't a bad thing. This game is so fucking weird. Quite a bit was added to the home version. A CG intro movie and CG endings for each character were added. Music is streamed straight from the CD and sounds clearly superior to the arcade. 10 additional characters are unlockable by beating the game, but there is no memory card support, so you will have to unlock them every single time you turn off the console. In Tekken, two characters fight in an infinite 3D plane. There are no ring outs, which make for more satisfying matches. There are 4 attack buttons, light kick and punch and hard kick and punch. Each character has an immense list of moves, ranging from standard special moves, combos, special throws, running attacks, and more. The wide variety of moves leads to a deep experience for veteran fighting game fans, with tons of options to push forward, counter, and pressure. Even the act of getting off the ground requires strategy. After successfully landing certain moves, you can hit your opponent while still on the ground. If you are too slow, your opponent can counter you with a wake-up attack. Or you can bait out a wake-up attack and make your opponent vulnerable after it misses. So this is a great two-player game. Most fighting games are at least a slightly amusing time when playing with a friend. But the thing about fighting games is that virtually every single one of them is a crushing, frustrating single-player experience. Tekken is no exception. There isn't a difficulty curve as much as there is a giant wall of shit. You can expect your first 5 matches or so to be a blindingly easy experience. With only a bit of effort, you will cruise through. Tekken's difficulty curve on a scale of 1 to 10 goes from 1 to 2 to 9 to 10. There is a monstrous jump in difficulty that previous matches do nothing to prepare you for. Here the game's complexity crushes newcomers. You'll be tossed around and pressured without any clue as to how to defend yourself. The game has no qualms about utterly destroying you. Jeez! At times it will make it impossible for you to even get off the ground. Come on! There are no training wheels here for noobs. You are on your own to figure it all out. Tekken is a great two-player fighting game and an overly intimidating single-player experience. That it made a name for itself even though it released alongside Virtua Fighter and Mortal Kombat 3, two of the bigger names at the time, and Battle Arena Toshinden, a game that badly aged but received universal acclaim at the time, is a testament to how great a fighting game it is. There is a reason the series still exists today. But it's also still weird as fuck. What the hell is a Tekken anyway?